I'm back. It's been a minute, probably a little bit over a month, but had to figure some stuff out. But as you guys seen in the previous video, the wagon got his wheels on, so that's just sitting there. But today we're going to work on the stuff that we all really want to watch, which is the massive camber, getting it fitted, all that stuff. So currently, this is my ride height, probably a little bit higher than my ride height, but we're gonna address that today. So this is how it's currently fitted. Front is mint, it's perfect, fender to lip how I wanted it originally. And then the rears were perfect. So I gotta add a little bit more camber because when I change the tires, it's the same size, but now it's not, had a little bit of a gap before there. Now it's sitting all the way out, so it doesn't air out all the way fender to lip. Same thing on this side. But my goal today is to have all four sides tucking. So this is the issue that I have with the rear, camber wise. So you can see there's not that much space in between the wheel and the strut. Has a little bit, enough to go fender to lip, but I want to tuck it, so I'm gonna have to figure something else out. That tire wear is mint. Look at that. That's the front. This is the rear. So it's looking pretty good. So what I'm gonna try to do, because the rear has a bigger barrel, front has a smaller barrel, I'm gonna try to see if the rear rear wheel fits on the front and it doesn't hit the shock, adding more camber. Because then if I can put the front wheel on the back, I'll be able to add more camber to tuck it all around. So it'll be like just a reverse stagger setup instead of the wider wheel on the back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that the front wheel, or sorry, that the back wheel fits on the front. Yo, so it looks like, obviously the rear wheel, the front here, gives it that space that I need. And it has a smaller lip, so it should be able to tuck. And I'm amazed, I don't know if I'm bugging or not, but the front wheel, the rear barrel on the front strut area, the front wheel, has a lot of room. So hopefully, I'll be able to tuck this. Obviously you guys can't see, but I have maybe like a 1/4 inch or so. And if I could tuck it all around, add more camber obviously to tuck it, because it does poke a lot more. This is gonna look sick, because I've been having the itch to drive lower because the fender to lip ride height, you know, I can't go super low. I could, but I don't want to fuck up the quarters. That's the whole reason I dialed in the strut so that it fits perfect. So I'm gonna mount these up, adjust the camber up in the front and the rear if I have to, and see how it looks. So obviously the front now doesn't tuck or go fender to lip since it's poking out more, but the rear is now fender to lip. So now I could just add the little bit of camber that I need to add. So that I can get front and rear tucking. I have a lot of adjustment in the front. So let's see if I'm able to get the front done first, and then I'll focus on the back. So the good thing about having the wipers is I can adjust this easily. Take the cowls off. I don't even know why I have the freaking windshield washer fluid connected, because I don't even think I have any. And then I can adjust this by taking this off. So you can see I have mine actually maxed out all the way towards positive. So I just gotta move this back all the way towards the negative. So I maxed out the strut there. So let's see how much camber that gives me. I think it should tuck. So it's almost there, but not quite. So it's tucking. I just gotta hammer the fender in a little bit because it's touching on the lip of the wheel. I'm just worried about that bag rubbing. I'm not sure if it is. I'm gonna test it out a little bit and see how that goes, but that looks freaking sick. Now this one, it's like super in, but I may be having an issue with the bag rubbing if I do the setup that way. I can't really tell. I think it's super close and not rubbing, but I'm just gonna run it that way and see what happens. So the fitment is pretty good. I got the fender hammered out a little bit so it doesn't not get stuck on the wheel. And you'll see now when it airs out, it bulges it a little bit, but not too much. It's more on the bumper, but we're getting that fitment so that I can tuck all around and drive a little lower. Because let's say if I hit my preset now, that's my drive height. Ideally, I want my drive height to be something like that, around there, and then air it out. So I'm back here, second day messing with the fitment on the Civic so we can get all of them tucking, looking good. So I'm gonna mess with the front so I can get that situated. It's fitted good, but I'm gonna add the camber because I have this completely maxed out, like a lot, a little bit even over where it's supposed to be. But that's causing, I think, the bag to rub on the shock tunnel. So I'm gonna try to get camber a different way by sliding the strut. So I'm gonna get that wheel off and try to see how I can get that a little bit better. See how it's sitting all the way up front here, the hole. Still has a little bit of space to go back. Here it focuses, there. So I'm gonna slot this a little bit, ovalize it a little bit more, or try to. And then I can take off some camber from the top plate. So I got this right side done. Doesn't look perfect, but it works. So now you can see it sits back way further compared to before. So it's basically a whole new. So now I have to shape the spindle. So I'm gonna shave more of this bottom part here so that it can go even more in. That's as far as I'm gonna go because it's already getting kind of sus, kind of sketchy there. I didn't even have to shave this bottom part, but I wasn't really paying attention. I just kept grinding. But you can see it went back a good amount. That's gonna give me a good amount of camber. So I just gotta shave this little tab down. So I think I'm gonna have to run the extended lowers to be able to make this work. Luckily, I never sold these, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the stock one out and install this one because I'm having an issue right now. So I have the plate to extend that lower and push it out so I can get camber. This plate that goes here, but I think with the upper notch in is not letting it push out enough. So I'm gonna run the extended lower. Hopefully that pulls the bottom out a little bit, and then I should be able to clear that there good. So I went to Home Depot, I got some smaller bolts because even after putting the extended lower, it's still not letting me put the other bolts, still doesn't have enough space. So I went and got some smaller bolts. So let's see, hopefully this works. All right, so I got the new bolts installed, and so I got the new smaller bolts installed. That is slotted and in, and now the top plate, it's a little bit less than before. So remember that was under there. So now that's a little bit pushed out to positive, so that it gives me the clearance on the strut here. So now there's plenty of room so that it won't rub. So also I installed the extended lower. So now for this car, I need to install the extended tie rod because the stock one won't reach with the extended lower.
That thing, that plastic, metal, whatever that is gonna pop off the car. I think.
That's not good. So the bumper tab, I didn't shave off, I bent it. I'm gonna shave it off now. Might have to get the fenders repainted. So I'm gonna jack it up and get that cut off. Let's see how the wheel fits. Yeah, that's it. That's probably gonna be my height, my park height. So I don't obviously wanna make the fender bulge out too much, make the bumper pop out, all that stuff. So that's good for me. I think that looks really good, to be honest. My ride height is probably gonna be around there, like a good height. Obviously I would love to drive. I can't turn the wheel there. I might actually be able to turn the wheel there. So I'll fine tune that. So I got the rear done, but I think I gotta add, I have to add a little bit more camber. I don't think I want to tuck much more than this. So I'll lower the strut a little bit and add a little tiny bit more camber, but for today I'm done. I already cut that one, I gotta cut it a little bit more, but I'm beat. I've been doing this for hours.